You must call a chapter in a book The Excellence of Knowing Nothing. The excellence of knowing nothing. Because only in such a state is the peace that is there so reassuring, and so totally content enough to be still. And I don't even know if that's, the stillness is there. Contentment didn't bring stillness. We've been talking sometimes that the truth is simple and all of that, but sometimes I question this, whether we are looking in the wrong way to speak like that the truth is simple or complex. Maybe that is also a tribal perspective, because it is beyond simplicity or complexity. It's not about that. It's not in the category of the interrelated opposites. You understand? This is very important, I think, what I'm saying right now. Because, sometimes I say, but it's very simple. It's all very simple. And maybe according to how the mind works, it's thinking, Mooji said simple, so that's to do with the way it works. But the truth does not work. It just is. And it's neither complex nor simple. There's no way fitting into the way that the human mind is working, which is, it's like the mind is like an instrument for interpreting and for measuring change or variety and for speculation. And what I'm speaking as the awareness is not in any category. The mind itself is a category. The mind itself is and the person who, the sense of the person, they're all linked together. And awareness is not part of that atomic structure. It's not a structure.
When you say simple, for the mind it's always a signal to not doing anything. So I think for me it's helpful to not go this complicated thinking.
Could you say again? I missed it.
When you say simple, the mind understands simple as I don't need to do anything. So for me, I feel it's helpful if you make the distinction between complex and simple. Because simple for my mind means I don't need to do anything, and it's what you want to find out. No?
Yes, but you see, that is the beginning of the inquiry. Because even to say that my mind doesn't need to do anything and whatever, no? The inquiry is not really targeting your mind, but you. Who are you who speak or say my mind even? You see, when we speak about mind, immediately for me, the mind itself is a phenomenon. If I talk about my mind, immediately interest goes to the mind more than to the mind for me. Do you follow? Many times you talk about people say, well, my mind, and everybody goes to the mind, look for the mind, what the mind is doing. But when you say my mind, my interest goes straight to the you. Who is the you? Because whatever the mind is, it's taking its reading from you. So who are you? They say my mind immediately, feels like I don't have to do anything. So who is the I? And because we are so unaccustomed to somehow question the I, we always more go to at least questioning what the I thinks or what the I imagine or what the I wants, which is secondary to the I. You see, these are the real essential questions. I don't even know what all these people are talking about in this world. Yeah, and Jesus is coming and he's going to do all this kind of stuff, and I think, wow, I know this mind, I know these worlds. They are part of an amazing sort of matrix of spiritual kind of like currents, because the Muslims are having a relationship with God, and the Christians are having a relationship with God through Jesus Christ, and sort of like the Buddhists are having their relationship with the Buddha, and the Hindus are through Krishna, and the worshippers of Vishnu and the worshippers of Shiva. They all have their these things which are real, and people are having experiences and sitting with Shiva and going through all these things, and meeting Jesus, and who is speaking about all these things. And where do these worlds collide? Where do they where did they meet as one? Because they seem to be more that even the prophets seem to be arguing against other prophets in the mind of people, and it feels like it's unarguable. Where do you go? And I have to come back and say, but who are you? Jesus took me to see you being who? Who are you that Jesus recognized? In what way does Jesus recognize you? As what does Jesus recognize you? Can he recognize you anything other than the way he recognized himself? I mean, are you of different material? That he thinks himself, I'm the son of the Father, but you are something else. You are going to hell. I mean, could Jesus, in what way Jesus is relating to you? In what way is the Prophet Muhammad, in what way is he relating to you? Or what does Krishna call you? You're calling you something. So this is the, oh my God. How to come out of this dream, the waking dream and the sleeping dream. Dream meaning the imagery of creation, the imagery of the vital force, the imagery of the existence in time, such as future and past and present, and identity. There has to be, the beyond, whereby these things are seen, because where do you have to go to prove these things? Just today is good enough. Where is yesterday today? Where is yesterday today? And when the parents tomorrow come, where is this moment in that now? Where is the pictures of today tomorrow? Where is yesterday's pictures in you today? Yesterday, equally, a moment was there that was very, very succinct, or very delicate, or profound, or very aggressive, or something. It had an impact upon your being in some way. Where is it now? Where is it? Where is yesterday? Sometimes it says 9:15. Where was 9:15 yesterday? We speak about the past, where it come from. Where do you keep your past? Where's the past? That we give so much importance and credibility to it. I think if a human being begins to question a little bit like this, a clarity must prevail at the end of this inquiry. I'm saying these things over and over again. I don't know if I'm just a failed missionary or something, because I did not come from that background, particularly in its religious, costume. I was not a thinker. I'm not a thinker. I didn't grow up in a kind of like debates and thinking and introspecting and meditating. I was never doing that. I was more of a sports guy. I never read books, and very basic kind of guy. Watch movie, read comics, and fool around. Make a lot of sports and all of that. And how radically that life changed, whereby these things can be spoken about. And so I mean, something happened here. I mean, you are going north and you end up in the east. What happened to you? I said, well, I don't know actually. But something did take place, something inside here. And a reorientation of direction somehow took place now. And I'm now speaking about these things. I'm not sitting here talking about martial arts or arts or any of the arts or, any philosophy. I'm just somehow bringing awareness, bringing attention to this, which I've found of all the varying subjects in the human kingdom. And this is the ever prevailing one. What is your essential condition? Because everything got burnt by this fire. And you have to be strong to be in this. When I say you have to be strong to be in this world, what world am I talking about? The world that is lived in the mind. The world that is the world of human beings relating to other human beings, about life and ideology and their own personal mythology and identity. The interaction that happened in the marketplace called existence. This is what I say is very complex. Because who sent us in particular here? When our parents were pregnant, mother pregnant with you, she was expecting a child, but was she expecting you particularly? And who are you particularly? You keep changing. Sometimes you're blue, sometimes green, sometimes yellow, sometimes no light, sometimes brown, sometimes pink. Who are we? The child of our parents. We can't even stand still. We cannot be still. Something always cooking, is always moving. But there is that which somehow looks upon that also, on the changeful aspect, the changefulness, and watch it from a place of unchangingness. Otherwise the changeful could not be perceived as changeful, were it not for the unchanging. When one contemplates like this, all the subjects, all the differences, and so all of them, they vanish. Because they can't come here. There's a place where the world stops. Beyond that gate, it cannot come. There's a place where the person stops. Beyond this gate, it cannot come. And you are here. But when I say we have to be strong for this world, we're in our individual worlds, but we're in a common world in a way, because all the individualities, this is, like I say, it's the same guy, it's the same world being looked at in a slightly different way in each one. But it's like when you are from in the English-speaking world, you can speak with everybody who speaks English. We can correspond. We can correspond. And if we find an interpreter, we can correspond to people in different languages also. And you come to find that they are it's the same guy. But you need a code to work with him. I don't know why these type of discussions produce so much joy. Maybe that's what they are about. And where did joy come from? Somehow the absence of the person. The real observing into the truth removes the person. When the person is removed, there's pure joy. And where there's pure joy, this is you're in the presence of God, in the holiness itself. Because joy is God's perfume. Peace is God's perfume. Love is God's perfume. So when the person is out of the way, the smelly little person, then you're in the perfume of the holiness. You see? You caught him.
Last days, maybe just yesterday and today, something feels a bit shaken up, and the inquiry, it's trying, like I'm trying to catch something, but it's like the moment something is caught and really held on to, and it dissipates, and there's a peace. It's like something escapes, and I cannot. It feels very elusive, and it's like showing up in different ways. And
but for me, immediately, you know, something escapes and is showing up in different elusive. I don't care nothing about it. What business I have with that? He wants to run about it. Let it run about the place. What does it take from me? What does it take from you? Nothing at all. What does it take from you?
Attention and eventually belief again somehow.
But how can it take that? You cannot take that. It can appeal for that. You cannot take it. It is you who give attention to it or something. Just out of habit. You have to acknowledge your power. You cannot just keep giving things away and say, oh, because this thing here arise means that I'm distracted. No, you're not because of that. Why do you refuse your power to acknowledge yourself? You give acknowledgement to everything else, something out external. Look at this thing. Oh, this thing is going now. Why does this thing go, Mooji? Why does this thing go now? I say, what thing? That thing, Mooji. I'm not here to look about. What about you? I want to see you. I'm going to show me this thing. I'm going to show you that thing. Hear about that thing and this thing. There's so many things in the world. We have to look in that thing. But you, I want to meet. Because the God has showed itself in this body. Then something seems to be obstructing the. So how can anything obstruct the God? Then I see that the powers are misused to give attention to things which are really of little value in themselves. They only have the value given to them. Can a thing have value in itself? Does gold have value in itself? There was no human being. Would gold be valuable? Would gold be arguing, you know, I'm 22 karat gold, you're only 18 karat, ha 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 ha, I'm above gold? No, for whom? It's you who give the value to it. Whatever you value, whatever you want, you give value to it. Early explorers used to go to some country, find that they have gold, and exchange gold for what? Lots of other little nonsense things. I give you a mirror, look, you can see your face. I take your gold. Yeah, take it. Thank you very much. Oh. Laughing. Look at them. Oh my God, he's giving me something mystical. What a stupid man. He took all my gold and gave me this. Amazing. Wow. I wonder if there's some place you can get more of this from. And then more of them are coming. Look, mirrors. Oh, gold. Take all the gold. Why? You value this thing. They value that thing. Does the thing have value in itself? No. The value is in you. If you really understood this, all your questions and doubts would perish, isn't it? Why would you be coming asking? Well, sometimes my mind. Well, you would not have. It's finished. It's finished. If you found what doesn't even take not 1 minute, not even 1 second. It doesn't take 1 second even. I have not heard anybody talking about it.
It's just that there seems to be a lingering confusion that somehow is...
Suppose you don't have time to be confused. What doesn't take time? There's no time to be confused.
I would answer silence.
Huh?
I would answer silence.
Why you bother answer? You see, maybe you are just getting a little bit acquainted with me. Maybe we're on different time frame. Because I am only here now. You understand? I can't answer for later on. The closest people to me, sometimes they still ask me, you what about tomorrow? What do you want to do today, later on, or what do you want to do? I said, but you're with me all the time, and you still don't know. I don't know nothing about these things. I know nothing about tomorrow. I've never seen tomorrow. I don't know it. So I am more want to know, where is the top of the game right now? I don't know about it tomorrow. Tomorrow don't exist for me. If it exists, it has to be here now. You follow? Are you on my wavelength a little bit? Huh? Because the rest is just excuse for me. It's just excuse because you're not up for just being what is. We're only always on the way to what is. You're never enough just what is. So this is why you need time. So time give you this. You want something from time, take some of that. But what doesn't take time? You say, but there's something that creates confusion. I ain't got time to be confused. I don't have time to be confused. To be confused, you need some time. And you need something. I don't have nothing. And don't listen to me like I'm speaking some kind of little game or some riddle or some kind of novelty. I'm speaking to you as honestly as words can express that my truth. So therefore, I've got to wait for you. Why have I got to wait for you? All of you tell me I've got to wait for you. Why can't we be in real time together or in no time together? I feel very much. You see, wonder maybe we might arrive together. We might just be here together. Can we be here together? Our bodies is in the same time together, but are we in the same time together or timelessness? I have to wait for everybody. Only when you're empty, I don't have to wait for you. You follow or not?
Yes.
So it's a clue how you are being in your own life. You're waiting for something. And if you're waiting for something, you're not present. Now the thing you're waiting for, is it waiting for you? You want to do something about something. I don't have to do anything about anything. And what I say, let's meet. Let's meet. But do we need an appointment? Appointment means not now. You follow? Let's meet. You say when? I say, now. Now doesn't need any appointment. Appointment means later. Your whole life is later. Waiting for something to happen. what you're waiting to happen itself cannot happen. You're waiting for what cannot happen to happen. So when will that happen? This is going to be one of my best YouTubes. Isn't it? For the one who has the eyes to see it, the mind to see it. Even if you try to focus, you're already late. Even if you try to focus on what I'm saying, to try and understand, you are already late. Because your very attempt already is seen in that which is timeless. And that one which sees your attempt is not interested in your attempt, or even you. And now, are these words offensive, you see? Somebody would be offended by them. Because the mind wants to do. So what do I do? I said, but doing takes time, baby. What doesn't take time? What is it that you don't have to do, nor can you undo? In England, the Englishman is saying, how do you do? I don't do. So, instantly, more instant than instant is what? Come on. More instant than instant. No time for a relationship. No time to separate. No time to meet. No time to meet. Then what? Now what? You have to reject me or accept me.
I accept you.
It's already done. You see, that cannot even accept or reject me, isn't it? I'm trying to show you where we've never separated. Are you up to speed? Because when I speak like this, then you start to see, my God, I'm so slow. I'm so slow. Because everything about me take time. Everything about me take time. To meet God, that's going to take even more time. My God, I don't need a lot of time. People tell you, I need more time. I need more time. What doesn't take time? Time is in the domain of ignorance. And don't try and do anything, because that's wrong already. What you're trying to do take time. What does not take time? There's already a very strong reflex that maybe as soon as you think this conversation is over, which makes no difference to what is, it wants to slip back into, okay, I can breathe again, because I'm back into ignorance. You got to go back to time, because what we are used to is time. Yeah, we're comfortable. Yeah, what time you want to go tomorrow, Mooji? At 7 o'clock? Okay, I'll be there 10 to 7. That's our life. Miss 10 to 7. But what doesn't take time? be in that as that which does not take time. Now, what you're going to do with my words when I say that? Who receives the words? Who responds to them? They're only reflecting back something which is not time. It's opening up something to show you what is not time. But this thing is not apart from you. This is the mystery. In any circle you sit now in the universe, in the world, people discussing, beings discussing these things. This, what I'm speaking now, this is what you have to hear. I'm telling you. I wonder if you have a sense or not about it. Yes. That which does not take time. The others, we want to do this and we've got to do this and try to get into this and to try and explore what is inside the atom. You, bye. You're time investors. Timeshare. No. What does not take time? This is the good news, I tell you. This is the good news. Set your heart free. Set your heart free. Take you out of this room of suffering and projection, fantasy and delusion. What does not take time? When you find that out, you are in love already.